Hello, I'm Dave Dietz, host of Cold Coffee and Stale Donuts, where we take a few minutes to learn about our incredible staff here at Ritter Insurance Marketing. Welcome to Cold Coffee and Stale Donuts. Today, I'm very excited to have with me our Director of Operations, Katie Kahl. Hi, Katie.
Hi, Dave.
So, my first question, as Director of Operations, who do you oversee? What do you do?
Sure. Currently, right now, I have the privilege of working with 4 of our operations departments, contracting, new business, operations support, and our broker support team.
Good. How long have you been with Ritter?
I've been with Ritter a little over 14 years now.
When you started, what position did you start in?
When I started, I was in a department called the Contact Center. The Contact Center was actually a combination of all of our operations teams as they exist today in one department.
Okay, good. It does not seem like you've been with us for 14 years, but that's good. That probably puts you pretty high on our list as far as tenure.
Yes, I believe I am 3rd.
Okay, well, I got good news for you. You're only 6 years away from having your own parking space. So, unless there's something else. All I know is for years I was hearing from April about when she got to 20 years, she wanted her own parking space. So we did do that. Tell me a little bit about your family. Are you married?
Sure. Yes, I am married. My husband's name is Kevin. We've been together about 7 years and married approximately 3 years.
Any children?
Yes, we do have one son. His name is Casey. Casey is 21 months old.
All right, all still in the months. That's good. That's good. Pets? Any pet? You have to have pets because I know you're an animal lover.
Yes, we definitely do. Currently, we have 3 dogs. We have a miniature dachshund named Dutton, a small rescue dog named Darby, and a Bernese Mountain Dog named Darla.
All right. So the next area we're going to go to is called favorites. So I'm going to ask you some questions, and you just tell me off the top of your head what your favorite is. So we'll start with sports team. Your favorite sports team?
I'd have to say Penn State.
Oh, yeah? And then it's good because I'm wearing a Penn State jersey today, just out of the blue. Favorite food?
Favorite food? That's a hard one. I'd say all-time favorite food would probably be ice cream.
We can't go wrong with ice cream. So around here we have a place called 3B. You ever hit 3B?
I do.
Yeah. If you're going to the movies, what's your favorite kind of movie?
I like survival movies.
Right.
So nothing specific, but if it's based on a true story, that's definitely a plus.
On the way to the movie, if you're in the car with you and your husband and you're listening to the radio, what channel do you have it on?
Country.
New country, old country, or a mix?
I'm definitely a mix. Depends on the day.
I became country after Garth Brooks. I don't know why. Before that, I like Dolly Parton. She was okay in the 80s. But once Garth came out, he kind of gave a little more, made it a little more mainstream. So, board game, favorite?
Board game, I'd have to go back to my childhood and say my favorite board game was Chinese checkers.
That's impressive.
That's a game I grew up playing with my grandparents. And since then, I've inherited their original handmade Chinese checkered board.
That is cool. Some night we'll have to have board game here because I've seen it and I've always bypassed it and went to something else because it looked too confusing for me. So, you're trying to get out of the house and get something quick to eat. Where are you going to stop?
Panera.
All right. The next section is this or that. So I'm going to give you 2 choices and you tell me which one you prefer. Or if there's a third thing, go ahead and tell me what that is. So wine or beer?
I like both, but I'd say my preference is probably Canadian whiskey or rum.
All right. Roller coaster or merry-go-round?
Roller coaster.
Beach or lake?
Lake.
Spicy or sweet?
That's a hard one too, but sweet's definitely my go-to.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Book or movie?
Movie.
All right. So we're wrapping it up. We're on the last question. So the last question, the $1 million question, as I like to say, is what do you and your departments that you oversee, what do they do that help our agents grow their business?
Sure. So our 4 departments help an agent in all avenues of their business. First, we'll work with the agent to get them contracted. From there, our operations support team will work with them to help provide leads, provide their certification information, their agent writing numbers. We do also have a team called New Business. Our New Business team processes client applications for when our agents go out and write a piece of business. And lastly, we have our broker support department who does work with agents in solving their commission inquiries.
You guys cover a lot, when it comes down to the agents. The one thing I always like, since I'm on the sales side, I always like to kind of connect our sales teams with the operations side. And I talked about this when Scott was in here, but we try to cover it as a company, all the bases. And we know in the sales side that we can talk an agent into getting contracted, explain the product, get them to contracting. But unless that contracting can get processed and the new business can get processed and the commissions can get paid, what we do is just the first step in the big picture. Here's a bonus question for you, and that is, when it comes to contracting, if there's one thing that agents could do that would help the contracting team, what would that be?
I'd have to say, start off by reading the cover sheets that come with the agent's contracts. The cover sheets include a lot of really good information, such as notifying you of where you need to sign, supporting documents that you need to return with your contracting. All of that ensures that your contracting comes back complete and is able to be processed in a timely manner and submitted to the carrier without delays.
All right. Well, there you have it. Thank you, Katie, for joining me today. Hopefully it wasn't too painful. And we'll see all of you next month.
Thank you.